Have you ever thought about or dreamed about opening your own business? You know, not a gigantic business, not one that maybe employs 1,000 people, but just a small business. It might just be you and a partner, or it might just be you. Well, the Small Business Development Center of McLean County at Illinois Wesleyan University works with people like that, or people who already have established their own small business and would like to expand it or have ideas about things they'd like to add to the business. And every month we speak with the Small Business Development Center of McLean County, and that's what we devote this segment to. We have in studio with us the director of the Small Business Development Center of McLean County, Karen Bassoni, and Assistant Director Caitlin Hill, as well as a couple of small business owners that we'll introduce you to in just a couple of minutes. Karen, Caitlin, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. Last month, Caitlin, you brought in a couple of guys who started D&M Mechanical, which is a small startup heating and cooling and plumbing business, and they worked with the Small Business Development Center of McLean County in order to get that startup going. And today we're going to hear a different but similar story, right?
Absolutely. We've got another business that's opened up recently that we're excited to feature today. So.
All right, and it is, introduce it to us.
The Chenoa Fitness Center opened up in Chenoa about a month ago. Actually, I think a month ago today is what it sounds like in May, and had a grand opening earlier this month. They have shared they have over 200, I believe 250 members now of their gym from the surrounding communities. So they're very excited to share their story with us in just a little bit.
Did they come to you and reach out and say, hey, this is what we want to do. Can you create a blueprint for us to start this up?
Yeah, so John had reached out to us, I believe last fall was when we started working together, and John Serta is the owner of the Chenoa Fitness Center, and his son Dylan is working with him on that venture, and we worked together to write a business plan and really talk through a lot of the logistics and the details of what the operations would look like and how the startup would happen and how they could ultimately get financing for their business as well.
Okay, so using your resources as a guide, they were able to do that. And over what period of time did this take place before the doors finally opened?
I believe it was about 6 months that we worked together, if I'm correct on that. Like I said, it was last fall at some point that John had reached out to us, and it took about 6 months or so to find the building location, to work with the city of Chenoa, and then to actually get everything up and running and open up at the end of May.
We'll meet John and his son Dylan in just a moment. They run Chenoa Fitness, the business we're talking about. Mm-hmm. How many clients right now do you have at the Small Business Development Center of McLean County that are just like John and Dylan? Ballpark. You know, do you know how many you're working with or have worked with?
So we had 16 businesses open up last year of all different sizes and shapes and situations. So not all exactly like John and Dylan's business here, but we have, I believe, 7 more that have opened this year. And, of course, we're looking for more than that. I'm sorry, 8 that we have had open this year. And so, again, some are similar to John and Dylan's in terms of the size of it and everything, but we have all different industries and all different situations that we've worked with.
Where do you find the people to work with these small businesses?
As far as the clients that we see?
The people there at the SBDC, you and Karen can't work with all of them simultaneously, so I imagine you've got some other people that work on some of these projects to get these things started or expanded, right?
Mark, it is Caitlin and I. And
That's it?
We have one volunteer, Mark Dixon. He is a retired banker that donates time weekly to the SBDC, and that's it.
Okay, for some reason, and I apologize if I was thinking the wrong thing, that you had some business students over there that might help to contribute with ideas and plans and things like that.
The Small Business Development Center provides opportunities to students in academia, so from Illinois Wesleyan and Illinois State University, and providing those opportunities in the form of internships. And that internship, for example, may include writing a business plan with a client, but we would be involved with that
I understand that
session.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I remember you may have told me in a past visit that you allow the students to help with their input, and then you take a look at those possibilities, and then that can grow into a business plan, right?
That is
practical experience for them and valuable ideas for your clients.
And there are other things that our clients have requested a need for as well that we've been able to provide opportunities for students, such as website development. There was a group of students from Illinois State that developed websites for some of our clients. We had students at Illinois Wesleyan that converted the How to Start a Business in the State of Illinois presentation that we give monthly, converted it from English to Spanish and presented it to the Hispanic community back in February and March. So there's been a number of opportunities. We actually worked with 66 students this past semester with various projects, whether it was an internship opportunity or a project. And then plus we have our client load as well. So it's a lot of fun.
I'm Mark Strauss. This is the Midday Show. We're visiting with the Small Business Development Center of McLean County at Illinois Wesleyan University, headed up by Director Karen Bassoni and Assistant Director Caitlin Hill. And one of the small businesses that we just told you about and profiled that received some help from the SBDC to open last month is Chenoa Fitness. John Serta and Dylan Serta join us in the studio. And how's it feel now to have your own business? That was your dream, and here you are today. You're a business owner. Yeah.
It's going good.
So how did this happen? You wanted to open up a business. Did you have any idea how to go about this, and how did you wind up hooking up with the SBDC to make this happen?
I had an idea. I've had a couple other businesses in the past. I still have other business that I take care of as well. And that's actually, I was going to a meeting that was being offered for free by the SBDC, and I went and jumped in on that and realized all the things that they were offering, and that's when I decided to get a hold of them and dig in a little bit deeper and see if there was other things they could do to help me out with this dream of having a fitness center in Chenoa. And they did. I worked with Caitlin for, like she said, many months. She helped me out all the way from the start of the business plan. She never said my business plan was a joke or anything, which it kind of was, but she helped me out with it quite a bit. She spent a lot of time on working with me on that, but not just that. She helped me out with tons of things. I mean, they helped us dig in all the way into the accounting part of things and pushed us in the right direction on all that stuff as well.
What was the most intimidating thing for you at the beginning when you felt like, I want to do this, and according to what I've read, you saw a need in the community, a small community like Chenoa that didn't have a lot of options for fitness and training and that sort of thing, that you felt, the community needed. So what was most intimidating to you? Was it the idea of financing or finding a building or what?
The building, that wasn't intimidating to me. It was everything financing. It was just being
the money.
Completely comfortable with going in there and being able to present the business plan to the bank and making it possible. I wanted to be able to go in there the first time and have everything set up the way it needed to be set up. So
you'd have credibility.
So I would have credibility. Yeah, I didn't want them to have to tell me to go back and forth 20 times and make sure it was right.
So give me an example of what the SBDC did, Caitlin and Karen and their team, they are the team. Give me an example of what they did that made that possible.
Caitlin and I met probably when we were writing that business plan. There might have been times where we met every week. There might have been times where we met every other week. She was more than willing to meet me more often if I needed to help me get it all taken care of. But I would basically submit that business plan to her, and she would go through and critique it and let me know where I needed to work on it. And I did. She gave me all sorts of templates. There was even a time where we talked with somebody from another bank institution that just somebody to come in and say, hey, this is what they're going to be looking for. So they helped me out all along the way as far as the finances go and the business plan. That was the most intimidating part.
All right, and you of course you're already an employer. You're employing your son Dylan, and he joins us here in the studio. Dylan, as I understand it, you were pretty heavily, at least if not involved, there to watch all of this. And as a younger person, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 21.
Okay, you're 21, and if you can get a little closer to the mic, because you don't project like your dad does, but you will when you get there. to his age, because he's the one that had to go in front of the banker, so you got to project for that. What was this experience like for you as a younger person to get this education at this stage?
So for me, I was going through college at ISU, going through business school through most of the time. And during that time, I would use the gym and the business plans that we had going. I'd use it for school projects. So I was really kept busy with all of that. But I was always on the backside of things. I'd double check everything after he'd talk to helping out with the whole business thing. I was always on the backside, double checking everything that it looked all right.
By the way, why don't you put in a plug for your business? Where are you located in Chenoa?
We're located at 102 East Cemetery Avenue, right there on Route 24, right next to the railroad tracks. Can't miss it. Big, huge building, 12,500 square feet.
Chenoa Fitness.
Yes.
All right, let's bring Karen and Caitlin back in from the SBDC. And it has to give you a lot of gratification whenever you're able to get one of these businesses opened, or if there's expansion going on. Sometimes it's just people that want to start a website. It can be small things like that, right?
Absolutely. It's very exciting to see businesses like John and Dylan's open up and be so successful as they're starting, especially right off the bat, just to have such big support from the community and their specific location and the towns around them. And it's fantastic to see the local support that these kinds of small businesses are getting.
All right, we've got about a minute left. I know that you guys want to talk about some opportunities that are coming up for people who maybe are not yet familiar with the SBDC, but also how can people get in touch with you if they have any questions and maybe want this opportunity, because this is a very unique opportunity. In most places, you'd have to pay a lot of money for this type of guidance, and this is something that's available right here in the community.
For free. Mm-hmm. If you would go to our website, www.iwu.edu/SBDC, and there's a tremendous amount of information there. If you want to request a consultation, there's a tab that you click onto and you can send us your information. I wanted to share a couple events coming up tomorrow, June 26, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Illinois Wesleyan University, State Farm Hall, room 108. We're going to host a franchising seminar with Grant Bullock from FranNet. So if you want to learn how to franchise, or you think it would be a right fit as a way to start a business, please come join us. We'd like for you to register if possible, and you can do that on our website. Also in July, we're talking insurance, and in August, web design, and then in September, we have a doubleheader on September 27th. 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're hosting the Veterans Roadshow. This is for any veteran in McLean County and surrounding communities that want to start a business or already have an existing business. We're there to help strengthen their plans or maybe create change to their business. That goes till 1 o'clock that day, and then that afternoon, 3 to 5. We have 2 intellectual property lawyers coming to speak, again, from 3 to 5, and that would be at the Myers Welcome Center at 1211 Park Street in Bloomington on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan. Again, that doubleheader that day.
All right, Karen Bissoni and Caitlin Hill from the Small Business Development Center of McLean County at Illinois Wesleyan University, and John and Dylan Serta from Chenoa Fitness, just opened up there on Route 24 in Chenoa. Congratulations, guys, on the new business, and thanks for coming in.